Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel for the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That is me. So good to see you guys. Appreciate you coming in. We have so much to talk about tonight. So much has happened on the live feeds, and it's crazy. It's crazy. We had an HOH. Did you guys hear about that? We did. We had an HOH competition. So we have a new HOH and nominees and a POV winner. Yes, we do. Where's my BB opening? Oh, I like this one. Previously on Big Brother, we saw What's His Nuts go home, aka Adrian. Everybody cried, everybody snotted, everybody was sad. Then we had an HOH competition, which saw Riley winning the H of H. However, somehow Riley was dumb enough to think that maybe Mickey didn't have the power, and Mickey used her fancy power that she won a few competitions ago. And so she overtook Riley's HOH. Riley's not been happy about that, and he's been crying on the feeds. He wants what is his. He thought for sure if he got into that HOH room, him and Catherine could make sweet love bull riding babies. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. Then Mickey decided to nominate Riley, Keanu, and Kelly with the goal of getting Keanu out. However, the POV was played today, and guess who won the POV? Keanu. So now the house is scrambling, gambling to see who will be the replacement nominee when Keanu takes himself off the block during Monday's POV ceremony. And you'll never believe it, but the house has, well, I wouldn't say turned, but Mickey and Morgan are turning on Jimmy. The triple threat is about to become a double deuce because it looks as though from right now, and it's Saturday, so we got some time, that they are possibly thinking about putting up Jimmy, their alliance member. Oh, God. But there's so much that goes into before that. But if you wanted just a quick update so you can get the hell out of here, which I don't want you to do, but there are some people that are like, get to the point, lady. So much fluff. That's what we do. I'm extra fluffy, especially around the midsection and under my chin. All right. So if you just wanted to know the basics, now you know. Riley won HOH. It was stolen by Mickey with her power. Mickey then nominated Riley, Keanu, and Kelly, with Keanu being the target. Keanu played the POV today and won it. Will take himself off the block, and it looks like the triple threat is going to be a double deuce because they might be targeting Jimmy to be the replacement nominee, but Jimmy doesn't know yet. So, yeah, Carolyn T says being in the alliance this season is literally opposite day. It really is. It really is. Okay, so let's rewind a bit. HOH competition. Apparently, Riley was so excited to win the HOH because we know he's pining after Catherine, you guys, and he is so in love with Catherine, and it is ridiculous. He doesn't want to win this game. He wants Catherine to win this game. If they're in the final two, Riley said he will convince America to vote for her. That's not how it works, but okay. There was also more instances of people not knowing how the POV worked.
What's POV?
That's right. Riley and Catherine were having a conversation about POV, and Catherine's like, well, when we play POV, if I win, I'll take you off. And Riley's like, don't do it. No, girl, don't do it. Don't take me off. She's like, well, I'm safe, right? I think I'm safe if I win POV and I can take you off. I don't think so, girl. I don't think so. And she's like, are you sure? Maybe not. Oh, really? And he's like, don't do it. I'm going to protect you. I'm gonna protect you. This guy is just, he's like, your daddy and your brother and your uncle and your great uncle and your great grandpa are gonna want us to hook up. And we're like, what? Bettina, thank you so much for the first super chat. Says, put Catherine on the blog. Let's see Riley go up. Oh my God, I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. But unfortunately, Mickey is not seeing that Riley is not a nice person in this game. Okay. And maybe in real life. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Okay. What I've seen online, not a fan. But Mickey really thinks that she can come back from this using the power, overtaking his HOH, and then nominating him. I don't know why people in Big Brother, players, just don't realize that once you put someone on the block, they'll always remember that. Unless they're Kelly, well, even Kelly now, but unless you have these weird people nominating and volunteering themselves, you know, like Kelly's doing. If I was in Big Brother and you nominate me, I'm never forgetting that shit. I might say we're okay, but we're never going to be okay because you thought my life wasn't very important in the game to the point where you put me up where I could go home. So we're not working together. We're not doing the damn thing. I'm coming for you. And that's exactly what Riley is going to do. He's also still very, very mad that Mickey used her power and took over his HOH. Like, he was ridiculously mad. Apparently, I don't know if we're going to see it on Sunday night's episode, but he cussed Mickey out. Catherine got into it, and it was a whole mess because he was like, I was so mad. I was so mad I couldn't regulate my man emotions. It's like, bro. And he keeps saying, she lied to me. She lied straight to my face. It's a game. And she had a power. He's like, she said she had to use it. There's a time limit. There's no time limit. There is a time limit. It's jury. She could use it until jury. So maybe she meant till jury. Either way, it's a game and she can use the power. And you want to know the kicker, you guys? Once Riley won the HOH, he told Keanu that he was going to nominate Mickey, Morgan, and Ashley. What? So Mickey used her power at the right time. She used it perfectly at the right time because she was about to be nominated by Riley. But for some reason, that's not clicking. Okay, because we put him up, but he's still not a target. And it should be break up him and Catherine. I mean, that's what I would be doing. Apparently, when Riley won HOH before it was taken from him, Keanu jumped up in Riley's arms. I guess, which I don't think Riley could lift him, but maybe he lifted Riley because Riley's pretty scrawny. Either way, that looks sus. And everyone's like, oh, Keanu's clearly working with Riley. And so that is one of the reasons Mickey used to explain to Riley why she used her power and took over his HOH. So Riley's just been like, damn Keanu. Damn Keanu. He really fudged me up. He really fudged that up for me. Right? Robin says, I don't care about Riley's baby gate. What I hear from him daily creeps me out. He is love bombing Catherine to the point where it's gross and ridiculous. He's trying to talk her into, I don't know, getting married, falling in love, having babies in the Big Brother house, tattooing each other's names on them, wearing each other's skin. He's like next level creepy, can't control his emotions, and will cuss you out if you use a power in the game. And he's been on a crybaby campaign about how his HOH was taken from him. Like, Mickey didn't even earn it. She knew nothing to earn it. Yeah, she did. She was in a competition and she found a power. And then she had to not get caught because remember, the HOH got to talk to or interview, interrogate each house guest for 3 minutes, I believe. And then guess who had it. And if they guessed who had the power, she couldn't use it. However, Riley guessed wrong. Everybody knew that Mickey had this power. We talked about this. I didn't think Mickey was going to be able to use her power because it was pretty well known that she had it. But apparently, Rachel stepped up and Ashley stepped up and were able to throw Riley off the scent to where he thought Ashley had it.
All of you are so stupid.
I mean, that's next level stupidity. But that was probably the perfect HOH to use it, not only because he was going to put Mickey up, but because Riley's not very intelligent at this game. So it just made sense that he would get it wrong and go, I don't think it's Mickey. I think it's Ashley.
All of you are so stupid.
You guys, this season keeps getting cuckoo, more and more cuckoo. Okay. Cole says he threw a 5-year-old tantrum because she didn't want, because Catherine doesn't want to sleep in the bed with him. He's like, come on, baby, get in this bed with me. You want to feel my bull in my pants? What? No. He's literally trying to convince this woman. And like, okay, she's friendly with him. They hold hands. She's like, you're a great person, blah, blah, blue. But clearly she's not comfortable going to whatever that next level is. Or maybe she's just placating you. Maybe she's terrified that you're going to murder her. I don't know. But you're creepy, dude. Lay off. So we've basically seen Riley just crying on the feed. That was supposed to be mine. I put up a couple of shorts. If you want to check those out, of Riley complaining about how the HOH was supposed to be his. It was stolen and Mickey's a damn liar. And very, making quite a few threats, we'll say game threats, okay? Because we don't want to be like overly sensitive like Matt, aka Crazy Eyes, was last season, okay? But game threats being like, she better not renom Catherine. Like when he talks to Catherine and then talks to Kelly, Riley is like, Mickey better do the right thing. She better not renom Catherine, or I'm going to lose my freaking shit and I don't even care. Because apparently after he cussed out Mickey yelled back at him. Catherine had to convince him to apologize. Catherine's like, you might want to maybe just go up there and like clear the air. She's HOH now, say, hey, I lost my cool. And he's like, no, I'm so tired of this. These people are bringing a lot of baggage from their childhood and life, which, I mean, happens quite a bit in Big Brother. You kind of bring all of who you are into the game. But in particular, this season, I feel like all of their childhood unprocessed trauma is coming out. And so Riley, as Catherine's like, well, I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. He's like, why can't anyone ever in my life apologize to me? Why do I always have to be the one apologizing? And it's like, bro, it's not that deep. It's like you cussed out Mickey for using a power in the game. You're going to be seen on TV screaming obscenities, unless they edit it out, at a woman playing the game. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good look. Seems pretty shitty to me. But he's like, I don't want him. Catherine's like, well, then don't. I'm just trying to help you. He's like, no, since you told me to do it, Catherine, I'll do it. Everything is so Varsity Blues with this guy. Like, it's so, I don't want your life. Like, he's very emo, just like, oh my God, the fragility in this man. It is crazy, right? Kenzie says people with baggage equals good TV. Yes, Ms. Diamond, hit that like your life depends on it. Like Riley is going to come out and go, I love you, Catherine. I love you so much. Yeah, he's so dramatic. Such an a-hole. Like, just, bro, stop. Calm down, Flora Ben Mashore. Hills have eyes. Like, I can't with this man. Go, Mickey better do the right thing. Meanwhile, Mickey's feeling really bad. They had a talk. He finally did. I put a short up about it if you guys want to check it out. He was like, don't normally talk to women this way. Put it in the chat or in the comment section if you're watching on the replay crew. Hello, replay crew. How many of you think, yeah, he probably does talk to women this way? Let's not pretend this guy just all of a sudden started cussing out women when he didn't get his way. Okay. Let's not pretend. Normally I don't do that. No, if you got to say it, normally you do. And then he had to do that thing where he had to say, I'm a good person. And what does Auntie Jolene always say, you guys? Normally, if you're a good person, you don't got to say it. It just shows. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I'm a good person, right? Like he 100% does. Okay, let's ask some women in his life. Let's start with the baby mama. Alleged baby mama. Everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Comedy and satire. Come on, you guys. I know, me too. A dossier, me too. So Mickey feels bad and she's like, it's okay, Riley. Like, I feel like Mickey genuinely, and that's her social game too, is that she's socially good with so many people in the house, and she just, that's where her game really shines. I wish she could read some of the people a little better, but she does, her social game is her strong point. So she legitimately felt bad. He didn't feel bad. He was just up there because Catherine told him to say sorry, and he wants some baby door action. So he's willing to do anything. Because this is the type of guy, he don't respect the women. He just wants to bang them. He don't care. All right? He don't care. Yeah, as if he wasn't about to put her on the block. As if she didn't. As if Mickey didn't make the smartest game move she could to save herself and her allies from going on the block when he won HOH and was bragging about how he was going to put her on the block. But unfortunately, Mickey's like, it's okay. And then Catherine, the feminist, the self-proclaimed feminist, spent so much time today on the feeds making excuses for why her bull riding fragile boy cussed out a woman. Like, what?
It's inappropriate.
Nothing makes me lose my lady boner more than watching a man scream at a woman. That's just, I like the guys that don't do that. That would, yeah. If I ever saw my husband screaming at a woman, I'd first be like, that's not my husband. And then I would never be able to get a lady boner again. Right, Joshua? Unfortunately, she's such a disappointment. Catherine. It's always the people that say they're these things that it's just performative. She's not. She's like, I love women until I actually have to support them and work with them. And if I'm at the bottom of them, until a guy with Mountain Dew in his bottle teeth, like Kelly said, comes along and starts playing with my hair and rubbing my back. And then I forget all about feminism. And I'm just like, go patriarchy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, someone's had a good question. What was Lisa's question? I missed it. Leave it again. Hopefully I can see it. Yeah, I would think there was an imposter. I'd be like, that is not my husband. No. And he's not even close to attractive. Like, no offense, all offense, right? But let's calm it down a little bit. That's true. It's just like stalk bombing. What would you call it if it's not love bombing? It's just like lie, fake, trying to bang bombing, because he's just bombing her with alleged love to try to bang. Austin says Riley reminds me of a pug. Justice for pugs. But let's take a look and see if Austin is right. I got a couple pictures of Riley here. We'll just pull it up. And on a scale of 0 boners to 10 boners, how many boners does Riley give you? Okay. Since he screams at women, we'll objectify him. All right. We're doing hot or not. How many boners? How pregnant are you when you look at this picture? How fertilized are your eggs when this, oh, I gave him pretty eyelashes here. When this guy comes in the room. And that's a pretty lady right there. You got a pretty mouth. You got a pretty mouth. Lately, he's been going a little too French fried taters. What's that movie that has the guy that plays Bad Santa and used to be married to Angelina Jolie? Billy Bob Thornton. He got French fried taters. Sling Blade? He's going a little too Sling Blade for my liking on the feeds here. French fried taters. Okay, then we got Goth Riley. We call AKA Hot Topic Riley. What you gonna get? Hot Topic. And then Eyebrowless Riley. Okay, going Kendall Jenner, no eyebrows or something. Brienne says, my sister said he looks like he's from Ice Age. Oh my God, not Ice Age. And then we got Bald Riley. This is probably my favorite one. This is Lord of the Rings Riley. My precious. My precious. Riley. And here he is. And this is when he was in the HOH room with Mickey being like, I don't normally talk to women that way, except for when I definitely yell at women that way. I like blowjobs. And we're like, what? I'm sorry. What? Okay. Giving and receiving. What? That's too much. It's Saturday night. We're having some fun. All right. Giving and receiving. Here he is again. Oh my God, Riley. You guys are giving him -5. Gollum Riley. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lord. And then just crying. Just a lot of just like, should have been me. It's like, NSYNC had, it's gonna be me. Riley's song was, it should have been me. All that I do, not enough for Catherine, but I want to bone her, but she won't let me. Okay, I'm going to peek at my notes here, you guys. It's just been crazy because the feeds were down for the HOH competition till the early morning, till the break of dawn. And then when they came back, it was like, Riley won HOH. And I was like, oh my God. I can't. I'm going to self-evict. I'm going to have to go on vacation again this week. I can't do that. What? And then Steven had texted me and it was like 4 something my time when I woke up and saw it. For the first time, it was not 4 something in the morning, but it was probably, 7 something his time. And then I saw it at like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. or something. And I was like, oh my God, because I just decided I was going to get some sleep, not check the feeds. And I thought, well, I'm going back to bed. So I went back to bed. And then when I woke back up, you guys, they were like, Mickey took his HOH. I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Tiffany, thank you so much. What a generous super chat. I appreciate that. I am now thinking he is a clown in the Oklahoma rodeo. He could be so lucky. I think you got to be able to read and write and ride all the R's. Reading, writing, and riding. Reading, writing, arithmetic, all the R's, Riley says. I only know 2 of the R's. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany. Very, very sweet of you. Oh my goodness. You guys are doing a super chat train. Thank you. The CAC16. Thank you for the super sticker. You little sweetie. And creative name. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says Riley creepily looks like JD Vance. Oh, when they do like the Cabbage Patch thing on him. That was Amy. Thank you so much, Tiffany, you little sweetie. You little sweetie, what the Sadie? Oh my goodness. So then I was like, oh, I got to get up. I got to see. So as far as HOH conversations went for nominations yesterday, it was, because this was yesterday, they were pretty quick because Mickey was, was newly HOH, using her power and taking over. And they seemed to go really quick. She got dressed up in her cute little green dress. She had, her allies coming in. Like Will's was the quickest conversation. He walked in. He's like, hey, what's up? And he's like, how we doing? She's like, oh, I'm going to go after, we got under, I don't think she told him who the knobs were. He was like, awesome. Peace out. You got me. I got you. We're good. And left. And so she didn't have really extensive conversations, but it was pretty clear that Mickey wanted to target Keanu. And a lot of people suggested that she needed to backdoor Keanu as much as you can backdoor when you have a season that also has the BB butt blaster. So technically it's not a traditional backdoor because he still has one chance to save himself with the BB butt blaster. If they backdoor him, don't nominate him originally. Someone wins the POV, take someone off the block, throw Keanu's ass up there because he has been so lucky with the power of veto competitions. But Kelly suggested this to Mickey. Kelly has suggested this to every single HOH about her own alleged ally, Keanu. But we all know no one is really Keanu's ally because they can't work with him. He annoys them. Keanu, he's winning competitions, but as far as reading the room, social game, not good. Not good at all. So, unfortunately, Mickey just put him straight up. And so that being her target, which isn't a horrible target for Mickey. Like, I am sick of seeing the Kelly and Keanu's go on the block because it's just getting boring. And that's why I was glad at least Will wasn't going up. I don't want to see the same people. But for Mickey, Keanu has had her name in his mouth with Morgan and with Ashley for so long now that it just made sense for her to get rid of him if she had the chance. But unfortunately for her, Keanu won yet another, what the house guests are calling a physical veto. A lot of talk of the vetoes being very physical. Let's get physical. But apparently Rachel was very close in this competition. That's the word on the curb. That's what they're saying. All right. Now, before nominations, Kelly attempted for the first time not to be the pawn, which I was like, okay, Kelly. Okay. All right, Kelly. All right. We're doing something here. I'm proud of you, because it's like, please stop volunteering. It's getting boring. And she seemed to think she made a deal with Mickey not to go on the block. But it wasn't not to go on the block. It was, you might still go on the block, which she did. But also, you'll earn back my trust by going on the block, beating Keanu in the POV. And if you can't do that, and he can't do that, beating him in the BB butt blaster, then we'll hopefully not vote you out. And then you will earn my trust. And Kelly's like, what? No, I don't. I was hoping that I wouldn't go on the block. And Nikki's like, well, I mean, you're not my target. Listen, if I'm on the block, I'm your target because I could go home. Okay. So Kelly, not happy. Kelly is now that she's officially on the block, did not win the POV. She is like, I'm coming for Mickey. So we have a little fire in old Kelly. She's got a target. So I guess that's progress. I don't want her to target Mickey, but she's playing the game rather than volunteering. But then right after that, she went along to say, she was saying this to Riley and Catherine outside today. She's like, I mean, I'm just here for fun. And I've made my episodes. What? What? And Riley's like, I just don't want her to put up Catherine as the renom. And if she does, I don't know what I'll do. I should have won that veto and saved myself. Or kept the noms the same so they didn't put up Catherine, because I don't care about me. I just care about Catherine. And I could have beat Keanu too. I could have. But you know what? In the end, Keanu didn't beat me. I beat myself. I beat myself in my pants. I was like, what? I beat myself. The guy can't even admit that Keanu whooped your ass in the competition. He beat you. He's like, no. I'm sorry, Catherine. I failed you. And most importantly, I failed my boner. Now you're never going to sleep in the bed with me. Because who sleeps with losers? Unless you do. And if you do, let me know. Because I've had a rager in the cager since the first moment I looked at you. I may or may not have a baby cooking in another lady's oven. But I could always make one more. You want to cook my baby? I'm like, what is this guy talking about? I'm just so sad. And Kelly's like, no, Riley. Kelly had like a conversation with Riley. And it was almost like the only way I was trying to describe it. Welcome back into the YouTube membership. Thank you for joining the Lean team. The only way I can describe it is Kelly reminds me a lot of the movie Carrie. She just does. Whether she is Carrie, played by the wonderful Sissy Spacek, or Carrie's mother, played by the wonderful, I don't know who that actress is. I apologize. She reminds me of, they're all going to laugh at you, sort of, maybe like the mother of a serial killer who's really proud. So Kelly went from the alleged serial killer to now acting like the mother of a serial killer or criminal who's just like, no, you got this, boy. So while Riley today on the feeds was just like so sad that he's on the block, lost the HOH, can't sleep in the same bed as Catherine, can't save his lady because that's what men do. They also cuss out women when they're mad. And lost in the veto competition to Keanu. Because before this, Riley was feeling himself. Because people were like, wow, Riley, apparently in this HOH competition, he just cruised through it. And Mickey blew some smoke up his ass and really made him feel good. And she was like, you're like a force. Wow, Riley, you're like a comp beast. You could beat Keanu. And he's like, well, I mean, I could beat him all. Yes, I could beat everybody. But I don't want everybody to know that I'm so good and I'm such a comp beast. Yeah, I could beat him at anything, anytime, anywhere, any place, any pants, anytime. So then when he lost, it was so difficult for him to accept because he had built himself up since winning that HOH and having it taken away, and people seeing that he was like fast, that he didn't beat Keanu because he was like, I'm going to kick his ass. I'm going to kick his ass, say bass. I'm going to kick the ass. Yeah, she's from Psycho Cassie. Exactly. So Riley's like, I should have done it. I should have won. Kelly's like, it's not you. It's not your fault, Riley. You didn't do this. Riley didn't do this. It was Mickey. Mickey put us on the block. Mickey made it so that you lose this competition. Mickey made you weird and creepy and proposition Catherine even when she's clearly uncomfortable. It's Mickey. It's not you, Riley. You don't blame Riley. Riley did the right thing. He's like, no, okay, yeah, she is kind of a bitch, okay? It's not you. You're amazing. You look in the mirror, you say, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people want to watch me fall off a bull and possibly get CTE. What? Anyways, it's not you, Riley. It's not you. It's everyone else. You're perfect and I love you. And meanwhile, they're having this conversation. He's so emo. He's biting off his nails. And not only is he, I'm sorry, that shit grosses me out. I know people have their own little things they do when they're nervous, and I get it. I got mine too. But nail biting is so gross. And Kelly is sitting next to him eating rice, her bowl full of, and he's going like this, chewing off his nail, and then going and spitting it, making like a spit sound. How much nails do you have, bro? I think he was like eating his finger. And then you just go. So through the whole conversation, I have to listen to and see him biting off his nails and spitting it out as she's like, you're great. You're fantastic. He's like, I don't know. No. And there's her rice bowl, and I'm thinking, oh my God, Kelly, don't eat by someone who's eating their nails, chewing them off and spitting them. It could ricochet and it's in your rice now. So I'm thinking Kelly's eating fingernail rice. And now I couldn't get that out of my brain. And it was the oddest freaking thing. You guys, this man is chewing off all of his fingernails, but not just chewing them off, moving them around in his mouth and then spitting them. Apologies, but that's literally what's going on. Okay. Right, Angela? Angela says, I can't even watch the feeds because he's on them so much. He's been on them all day. All day. As we watch him sulk. The guy cannot get it together. Blue Lady, it was nasty AF. It was so gross. Yes, his vacation is over. So now that's when him and Kelly were like, Kelly's like, Riley, you promised me that if I go home or Catherine goes home and you're here, if I go home, you take out Mickey. She did this because I'm going after Mickey. Okay, I'm doing it. And Riley's like, me too. She better make the right fucking decision. I'm going to blow up this fucking house. And Catherine's like, dude, it's okay. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, they in this conversation, they start talking about Zach, like who would be a good renom they could suggest. And Catherine actually says, well, Zach would be good. And, there's no love lost there because Zach did not vote the way the three of them wanted him to vote and changed his vote to get rid of Adrian rather than keep him. So Catherine's like, Zach would be great. And if they don't get Zach out, Zach's going to the end. Zach's going to Tyler this shit. Okay, but he might actually win. We'll see. Early to say, but they got to get his ass out. Okay? Too strong, social game too good, too many women have crushes on him, too many people trust him when he's a snake, just like Vinny. They got to get rid of this dude. All right, otherwise he is going to Tyler Crispin all the way to the end, playing all the sides, doing all the things. Okay? So there, Catherine's like, well, maybe Zach, but probably not because they're really close to Zach, like Mickey and Morgan. And out of nowhere, Kelly just goes, yeah, Catherine, Morgan hates you. And Catherine's like, what? What? Catherine doesn't need another reason to be angry, okay? She's angry enough. She's an Aquarius. And sometimes, I don't know what her moons and stars and Uranus is, but we can be Judge Judy's and we see things and we're just like, and we don't want some of these people, we're like, get away from me. And once you're dead to us, you're dead, buried, gone. So Catherine, and she's hungry. She's like an Aquarius, which means she's a Hufflepuff. So she's got a snack. And when you take those away, bad news bears. Okay. So Catherine's like, what? Oh, Kelly's like, yeah, she hates you. And Catherine goes, well, I don't see why she would hate me. She says you're really mean. Kelly just says this so nonchalant that it's freaking hilarious. Mike, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the Lean Team. Enjoy the bonus content. We'll be doing a members only very soon and having some fun. But it was hilarious to see Kelly. Kelly has these moments where I'm like, damn it, Kelly. Don't make me hope you stay. Don't make me hope you stay, you little South Dakota serial killer's mom. So now Kelly's not the serial killer herself. She's the serial killer's mom. She's not going to go down. She's going to raise a son or a daughter. We want to be, be sexy, not sexist. And maybe a lady serial killer. She's going to raise them to do the dirty work. All right. So Kelly the thing with Kelly is she's like, yes, Riley, I want to work with you. You're like my person. I trust you. I don't trust Keanu because I thought I could, but he's lied to me. And obviously Vinny lied and Zach. Kelly basically has been telling Riley and Catherine, I'm tired of working with a bunch of, what did she say? A bunch of like wimps and bullies. I want to work with people with balls. They don't got no balls. And so as she's talking and, saying this to Riley, Catherine's right there. And she's like, and Catherine, you too. I know we didn't really like we didn't know, but I think we could work on our game. Kelly doesn't like any of the women. Kelly's like, she's like, no. And Kelly, she's like, and Riley, she's very like patronizing when she talks about, she's like, and Riley, I will even help Catherine because I understand you're probably going to vote for her to stay over me. And he's like, don't do that, Kelly. Don't do that. I can't choose between the two of you. And of course he can because he wants to bang. He's going to pick the one he wants to bang. But to Kelly, he's like, I can't. She's like, it's okay, Riley. If you're going to pick Catherine, sure, she's dumb and blonde and young and isn't as smart as me and won't win the butt blaster. She doesn't even have glasses or straight hair parted down the middle. But, I understand that you are tainted by the beast of your boner. And so you'll probably want to take her with you. But I'm sure you respect me more. But you know what I'll do for you, for your little lady? I'll tell her about the BB butt blaster. Yeah, I'll tell her how to play. I'll give her a fighting chance, a fair chance. She's so cocky at this point. Kelly's like, there's no way that Catherine could beat me. So I'll take your little lady, your little blonde lady. She's got jiggles in her shorts, and once her jiggles fade and she ages or things jiggle a little lower, you'll throw her away for a younger model. But I'll show her the ropes. I'll show her some things. And I'm like, oh my God, Kelly, she told us, she warned us she's a pick-me. You can't have other girls there. Now she's done with Lauren. For a while, she was like, isn't Lauren beautiful? But it's in that way where she's like, isn't she beautiful? But in like a really dumb way and vapid. And yeah, and all the guys just want to hump her. But with me, I'm an intellectual with a body. So I have all the things. I feel like that's very much Kelly's MO. I've met women like this before who pretend to be like, yeah. But now she's done with Lauren because she's like, Lauren has no balls. And she's not wrong there. Okay. Because Lauren's HOH was a freaking abomination. It was horrible. But yes, it just it just screams jealousy with Kelly. So Kelly basically tells Riley, like, I will teach your dummy dumb girlfriend all about the butt blaster, and then maybe she'll have a fighting chance against me. So, because I know everything there is to know. I don't know. I've won like 3 or 4 or 10 now. I can't count. There's so many. I feel like, where am I going to put all these trophies? I only have one shelf, So, yeah, she's like a humble bragger. And not that she shouldn't be proud of herself for winning BB butt blasters. Hell yeah, girl. But stop volunteering. Right? It's easy to forget. Steffi says, I forgot Lauren was on the show again. God bless Lauren, but it's time to go. It's time to go. If I was Mickey, I would maybe even get rid of Lauren at this point because she's not working with those girls. However, her and Lauren, while Lauren was HOH, they made a deal that she wouldn't put up Lauren as long as Lauren didn't put up Mickey. And then ultimately Lauren didn't put up Ashley. So right now, not, high priority for Mickey. But for my personal sanity, if I ever have to hear her on the feeds trying to game or talk Lauren, bless her heart. She didn't know what a squat was. I'm pretty sure because Zach was like, I'll teach you to squat, and she said something and he goes, no, you have to bend down, or it just seemed like she didn't know what it was. I was like, okay. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then right after, Tucker, I know. And they're just talking about Tucker so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Lauren, gorgeous. Cindy Crawford, Denise, look like beautiful. She's young, and just, it was really bad. There were long pauses as she spoke. She was very indecisive. And they'd be like, Lauren, what do you want to do? What are your plans? Like, what are you going to do in the HOH? Who are you going to pick? She's like, well, I was thinking,
2,000 years later.
I don't know. What would you do? And I'm like, oh, never again. Never again. Please, God, never again. Save us from this. Good Lord. Oh my God. Okay. So speaking of Mickey and Mickey's HOH. So now that Keanu has won the power veto, he immediately had a conversation, a very long conversation in the HOH room with both Morgan and Mickey. Morgan is pretending she's pooping because that's what Morgan does. She always pretends she's in the potty, but really she's having these game conversations up there. Okay. It starts off a little, and soon they start comparing notes. Like, why do we all hate each other? Why do we want you out? Why do you want us out? Where did this start? And they seem to come around that the common denominator is Jimmy and also Rachel, because Keanu can't miss a time to throw Rachel under the bus. Rachel is going to look back on this season and go, I should have gutted that dude the first chance I got. Because Keanu will go from, yes, I trust Rachel, gotta keep Rachel, to like, no way, it's definitely Rachel. Because Keanu has a very difficult time believing that men are effing him over, but a very easy time believing that women are effing him over who are not effing him over. Much like Morgan and Mickey. And Morgan has been, one of Mickey's closest allies. Even, they're in triple threat with Jimmy, which obviously is on the rocks right now. Jimmy doesn't know yet. But it has been since Jimmy's HOH, because Jimmy kind of did whatever he wanted to do. And that rubbed Mickey and Morgan the wrong way. And we remember Jimmy's HOH week, and he palled up with Lauren and Catherine. And it looked like he just switched out two girls for the next two girls, but then quickly went back to Mickey and Morgan and is now quick to throw Catherine's name out there as a renom. So now Jimmy really messed his game up with this, because now Catherine and Lauren don't trust Jimmy, and Mickey and Morgan don't trust Jimmy. Keanu doesn't really trust Jimmy. Vinny and Zach don't trust Jimmy. Kelly doesn't trust Jimmy. Will doesn't trust Jimmy. Ava likes Jimmy. I don't know if Ava trusts Jimmy, but he did not do himself a huge disservice during his HOH. All of these HOHs have been horrible, and I fear Mickey's is headed that way. Okay. It was great that she overtook this HOH, because she was definitely going on the block, and possibly one of her allies most likely was going home. So this is good. However, when they're in the HOH room, they have now decided, well, Keanu's not that bad. And Keanu's like, you guys aren't that bad. And they're comparing notes, and now it's all Jimmy's fault. Jimmy is the reason for the season. And yes, Jimmy snake. Yes. Jimmy play all sides. Try to. Yes. But Jimmy's so obvious when he does this. You know who does it too? Zach and Vinny. And you know who was going to vote the other way? Zach and Vinny. And you know who, Mickey, is going to take your girl from you, Morgan? Zach and Vinny. And yet here we are. Morgan in the HOH room with her, talking to Keanu like, yeah, okay, now we're good. I feel so good. And then Morgan talking to Mickey about, again, including Mickey in with, them kind of getting rid of Jimmy, and instead replacing Jimmy with Morgan's final three, which is Vince and Zach, even though Vince and Zach also have a final three with Lauren. And if I was Mickey, I would be so worried, because I'm on the bottom of that shit. And Morgan admitted in the HOH room tonight, she's like, I feel bad because I trust them both so much. And I feel like Morgan trusts Vince and Zach more than she trusts Mickey. And she said, and if it was between Vinny and Zach, like, I would choose Zach. And I'm like, oh my God, no. Of course you would, because it's that crush. She's not as creepy, but she's into Zach, but not in a super creepy way, just an annoying way, but not a super creepy way like Riley's into Catherine, where it is clouding her game judgment 100%. And so I'm worried for Mickey, and Mickey has her reservations about this, but I fear she's going to head that way. They're going to target Jimmy. And right now, yes, Jimmy's a snake, but better the evil you know than the evil you don't know. They're not seeing how dangerous Zach and Vinny are. Morgan is completely clouded by how dangerous these two men are and how they will not take her. They will choose each other over her or someone easy to beat like Lauren over her any day of the damn week. And they definitely won't choose Mickey. And then Mickey said, yeah, I trust Zach more too. And it's like, no. Zach is slick. He's slick. He's trying to sleep his way to the top. All right. He's over there cuddling, flirting, even holding Ashley's hand. Even Ashley's under his spell. The Zach mist, not in a Suri way, but like the boner mist, the horny mist, it's too strong. You got to get rid of them. That's why I say count the abs. Future house guests, who I know some of you in this chat will one day be in the Big Brother house because you're all amazing and you would be better than any of the people they cast. And when you are, count the abs. If there's a hot guy or a traditionally hot person who shows up and who also is like, well, even if he doesn't have the greatest personality, get rid of him. Count the abs. If there's more than 4, you got to go. There's more than 3, you got to go. If you can see an ab, you have to leave. You got to get those dudes out. They're very dangerous. They're going to Jackson, Mickey, Cody, Cauliflower, Xavier their way to the end. I'm not saying that was all of their games. Was Xavier's game flirting? He was mostly flirting with Alyssa. But Cody Cauliflower, I mean, he flirted in maybe 16 with Christine. And he flirted with other people. And then Jackson Mickey, you know, he had the abs and a showmance. And the abs were fading because he was eating out of the trash being an HOH and was going through withdrawal from cocaine, allegedly, according to him. But get them out. Get them out. The body type you want to look for, Will. That's the body type. And if they're too skinny mini, and if they're scrawny with weird mustaches that look sus, a la Vince, get him out next. Get him out next. And if there's a crazy, kooky, stalker country boy, go for him. Get him too. Unless you get like a Donnie from BB16, and maybe you can work with him. But if you get like a Red or a Cameron, you gots to go. You gotta go. Now, if you are one of those people, obviously everything I'm saying doesn't really... You probably don't want to hear that. Here's the moment where Kelly just randomly is like, Morgan hates you, Catherine. Yeah, I just thought you should know that. Catherine's like, oh, okay, thank you. I'm already having a really hard time socializing, being around people. And I want to crawl in a hole and this guy won't stop touching me, but thank you so much. Yeah, she says you're really mean. Yeah, I don't understand why she would hate me. She says you're really mean. You're a really mean person. The way Kelly says this with a smile is so freaking psycho. So psycho. It's crazy. Riley's given an even creepier beast mode cowboy, if that's possible. For real. It's crazy. I don't know how many times I could say crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Okay. Kelly did have a little bit of a meltdown. Not today. I think this was yesterday. Because she was hoping this would be the first week. Maybe she wouldn't be on, obviously on the block if Riley won. Her brother from another mother who she says she never wanted, but she's like, I love you, Riley. And he's like, I love you too, as he's eating his nails and spitting them out. Now she went in the boxing room to cry because she's on the block. She's been told by everybody that like, hey, a lot of people don't trust you. And she's like, I just don't understand. And then Zach comes in and I'm like, Zach is so dangerous. Zach comes in and he's like, shakes his hair like, hey girl, what's up? He's got his, like he just got out of his Invisaligns. Like he just finished his last tray, you know, like, hey girl, what's up? What you doing? She's like, oh. He's like, come here, girl. And then he takes her in to his muscular bosom. And she's like, oh, I just feel like nobody likes me. everyone keeps telling me that nobody likes me. And it's like, yeah. And then I'm causing problems. Yeah, Kelly, you can't stop bragging about how you instigate. She literally was on the feeds today with Riley going, Riley, wait till you go home and watch this. Just wait till you're going to love what I did. You're going to love what I do. You're going to love it. I've started every fight in this house. Everyone, as she's eating her fingernail rice with Riley's bitten fingernails that he's spitting out, most likely in it. Okay. She's like, I've like started so many fights, like so instigating. And then when people call her out on it, she's like, hi, everyone. I wish Adrian would have stayed because he was so much better at this game than me. No, he wasn't. He really wasn't. He was bad in a different way, but you were both equally bad. He just could keep his mouth shut, but he didn't have a clear picture of the house either. Okay. And at least you're like a little more entertaining with your cuckoo banana stuff. But she was crying. She's like, I just feel like nobody likes me because everyone's telling me that nobody likes me. And she really thought this deal she made with Mickey was going to be her not going on the block. Now, Mickey gave her a really bad deal. In Kelly's somewhat defense, gave her a really bad deal. Because Mickey's basically like, I'm going to put you up. Okay. Also, if you win the power of veto, you can't use it. What? No. If you are ever in this situation and you win the power of veto, take yourself off the block. Even if the HOH says no, I don't care. Take yourself off the block. Now, Kelly didn't win. Keanu won. But still, take yourself off the block. That was asking a little too much. Steven, thank you for the super chat. Steven says, Mickey saved the pre-jury. Riley HOH. I mean, I was just talking about the text you sent me, Steven, that I got in the morning. I went back to bed. I was like, okay, I'm not checking the feeds because I told myself I'm getting a good night's sleep. And then I went back to bed. And then when I woke up, lo and behold, little Mickey took the HOH and they tricked Riley, which isn't that difficult to do. All right. So Kelly's been all over the place emotional. I should have, but she's doing this thing, you guys. And she was telling Riley, she's like, Riley, not only will I help your stupid girlfriend. Yeah, she's hot, but I'm smart and hot. Anyways, I'll help her. I'll coach her in the BB Butt Blaster so she can have a little bit of a chance against me. But also, I also, after I help your stupid girlfriend, I want to tell you that I really tried to save Adrian. When we were in that competition, I guessed 7. I knew there was 8 mistakes in the BB Butt Blaster. I knew between the two. But I was hoping that maybe Will was going to guess 7. Then we would tie. And then automatically Adrian would win. And I was like,
what? What the hell? Oh my God. No way.
huh? So she's basically telling Riley, like, I should have threw it more, but I did throw the BB Butt Blaster. I knew the exact amount because she's like Rain Man, apparently. She's like, got to get home for Wapner. And those of you old enough to get that reference, I thank you. Those of you who are not, what's it like to be young? I miss those days. But she's like, yeah, I threw it, but I should have thrown it more. And I was hoping, I tried to do it for Adrian, but I should have. And I'm like, did this chick just, I don't believe that. I don't. And was that the rule? Yeah, thank you, Ballista. Got to get home for Wapner, Judge Wapner. Okay. Does this chick really think we believe that that's how it went? Not only we already know you're killing it at these comps. You're winning, like great. But now you're like, and I tried to lose, and I tried to hand it to Adrian, that dummy dumb face. But I guess I should have just wrote an X. I don't know what I could have done. I'm like, what? What? It's so delusional. Like, Kelly, you've done enough.
I was going to say, like, the only person that's more likable around here than me is you.
The delusion is real.
All of yous are so stupid.
All of yous are so stupid, says the racist Gina Marie. All of yous are so stupid. Yeah, she's such a martyr. She really, that Kelly, she really. And meanwhile, old emo freaking Riley's like, all I know is she better not put fucking Catherine up. She put fucking Catherine up. I'm gonna go ham in this mother. I'm gonna go ham. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? Floribama Shore, calm your hills have eyes. Like, calm it down. I can't with this guy. Angela Clark Little, thank you for being a member for 14 months. Says Kelly's level of delusion, it should be studied. It really should be studied. Like, we see you're winning. That's good for you. Fantastic. Great. But you don't got to do all the extra stuff with being like, and I knew right away. Like, the minute I looked at the rooms, I was like, oh my God, I know what's up. And I tried to throw it to Adrian, but clearly he just wasn't smart enough to pick up what I was putting down. I'm so sorry, Austin. I'm so sorry. He's got Alabama eyes. I don't even want to do Alabama like that. He's just got weird Riley eyes. He got Riley eyes. All right. So currently in the house, Jimmy, he's just like, oh, I'm kikiing with my girls. One of my girls is in power. I'm good. And it's like, Jimmy, you're in danger. You're in danger, girl. And you need to wake up, get smart to yourself. Like my grandpa used to say, you got to get smart to yourself, Jimmy, because they might be coming for you. Now, let me know in the chats, or if you're watching later on the replay crew, hello, let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea for Morgan and Mickey to draw this line in the sand with Jimmy, who right now is voting the way they want. Something tells me once Rachel is fully aware of this, she's not going to want this to go down. Because Rachel's like, no, me and Jimmy are friends. We don't have like a working relationship, but we're like friends. But I think Rachel understands it's a number for their side. And with Vince and Zach right now, they could go either way. And yes, Jimmy's HOH was an abomination. And yes, he seemed to just go with the wind and not give a shit what they thought. But I think Rachel's going to try to rein it in. Meanwhile, Rachel and Ashley were talking, and Ashley said she wanted to start a final three with Rachel and Will.
Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the east.
I don't know why I hit the craft sound effect, and Rachel seemed to be down for that. And I was like, I don't hate it. I think this would actually be a good final three for Rachel. However, Ashley is, you don't know what she's going to do. And she's kind of under a Zach spell, but maybe she's waking up. But I don't know. Okay, so a lot of you are saying not a good idea. But I did like this Will, Rachel, Ashley thing. I was like, okay. Now, Will is very loyal. I don't know if they've had this conversation with Will yet on the feeds, but Will is very loyal to Mickey, but he's even more loyal, I think, to Ashley. But Mickey's really been talking to Will as like a confidant. She had a conversation with Will in the backyard today about this Jimmy thing. Like, do I turn on Jimmy? And Will's like, I mean, if you can do it and you got the numbers, that would be a big thing on your resume. It's like Heisem 2.0. I think this will be something that they might regret this early in the game when you have two snakety snake smooth operators, mostly being Zach, the smoothest operator, because a lot of people are onto Vinny. Now, Rachel is like, we should put Vinny up. Like, Vinny should be the replacement. Let's get rid of Vinny. But Rachel is going to lose that battle unless she can make a very convincing pitch, her and Ashley, to Mickey when Morgan's not there, and they can go, listen. Because I think this would be a far better play to get Vince out. You got it. You want Morgan? in a final three, you want Morgan to be girl strong, you got to cut one of those boys. She's not going to cut Zach. Okay. But you might be able to get Vinny. And if you can somehow get Morgan to a place where she starts doubting Vinny the way they made her doubt Mickey, we could do some things. We could do some things. You get some people on board. You get Will up there. That could work. It is very BB25 Heisem coded, Angela. It really is. Sorry. It's my little baby, Prince. I was hyper focused. I was all plugged in my neurodivergence. Sorry, Prince. He's like, don't kiss me, mother. Don't embarrass me. Okay, I'm not one of your kissable cats. I kiss them all the time. But yeah. So I was like, oh God. So hopefully Rachel can talk some sense because I think Vince is a far more dangerous player than Jimmy. Jimmy does not have the social game. Nobody trusts Jimmy. All right. But people are still trusting Vince. But Rachel's got him clocked. I think Ashley's waking up to him. Now, Zach would be the big get because he's just too greasy. He's just too much of a smooth operator. All right. He's using his willy to get around. He's like, over here, ladies. And they're like, want to teach me how to squat? I'm going to squat your ass out of here. But Rachel, she's married. She's 40. So she's like, you got to go, little girl. So we'll see once Rachel and Ashley are privy to this Jimmy idea. I just don't think Rachel's going to allow them without a little bit of pushback to put Jimmy up with Jimmy then as the target. Because at this point, even if you put Jimmy up, your working relationship with him is pretty much done then. Okay. And then Riley should be the target because Riley is 100% gunning for Morgan and Mickey. Riley basically, as they were talking outside, he literally said nobody likes Morgan. And now Kelly has told Catherine that Morgan hates her in front of Hills Have Eyes. And so Riley's like, well, everyone hates Morgan. And they've made a pact to go after Mickey. So it is not in Mickey's best interest to keep Riley. You used your power to overtake his HOH. He looks at that as you stole that man's bed that he could have tried to bone Catherine in. He will never forgive you for that. You got to get rid of him. And now his manhood has taken a hit, according to him, because he's very fragile, because his lady doesn't want to sleep in the same bed with him. He didn't beat the big guy he thought he was going to beat in the competition. So his wiener is like shriveling up into his body. He's and he's still on the block, and he's probably not going to beat Kelly in a BB butt blaster. And he really wants to show Catherine how strong and powerful he is. And he's going to blame you. And you know who's helping him blame you, Mickey? This lady, Kelly. It's not your fault, Riley. It's Mickey's fault. Mickey's the devil. Oh my God, wouldn't that be amazing if she did pick Zach, because then she could take his 10K. He'd have to use his power. She could flush out another power. But I don't think do any of them even know that with Zach, what he won early on, the 10K, that he can use that to barter with the HOH and say, I'll give you my 10K and I'll go off the block. I don't know. DMNX9271, thank you so much for the super chat, says, do you predict that certain swimsuit areas will be touched anytime soon? Unfortunately, every season a swimsuit area is touched. And I do predict that there might. Yes, I do. And I'm not saying that because I think Catherine's all in on him. And I'm not saying that it necessarily is going to be Catherine and Riley. But I know that's what Riley wants. And in this game, people get lonelier and hornier and stupid. And pretty soon you're up in the have-not room banging for 7 seconds on a blow up, butterfly floaty. You're banging a Mormon with premature ejaculation, and yeah. So I would say it's coming in more ways than one, unfortunately. Thank you for the question. Steffi, thank you for the super chat. Says, to the season of wiener shrivels and lemon drops. Yes, that wiener is digging itself back up in Riley's body. It's like, you don't deserve this. Right on the floaty. Thank you so much, Steffi. Steffi640. Wiener shrivels and lemon drops. I know, too soon. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what else I got here in these notes of mine. So far, no notes, all brain. What? Kelly, come at me. Okay, you'll still beat me in the BB Butt Blaster. Oh, so apparently Ava knew that it was probably Mickey that had this power, but Queen Ava was like, I didn't want to bust her out. Because Ava's so good socially with everyone. She's like, hey, what are you guys doing? Don't growl at each other. You're siblings. You love each other. Respect each other's boundaries. These little sweeties. But Ava was like, I don't want to say anything. Because she told Will, I saw Mickey go into the DR right after HOH. And they didn't call her. And when they announced a mystery power, I was like, was it Mickey? But I wasn't going to throw her name out there because I didn't know. And I was like, Ava, that's the kind of girl, that's a girl's girl. With all of the Catherines and Kellys acting like they're, no, that's a true girl's girl right there.
Patriarchy.
One of the things Riley said early on to Lauren and Zach when he got his HOH overtaken by the power of Mickey. He was very, very sad. He's a very, very sad boy. Let's pull up this picture of him. He's just a sad boy. He said, she did that shit to the wrong person. I promise you, she's really gonna effing, and he says fucking because he loves swearing. He's gonna effing regret it. Guarantee you she could have used that motherfucker whenever. She lied to me and told me she had a time limit to use it. Fucking bullshit. Sir, okay. Put your tomatoes in the chat for Riley's lack of emotional control. Like I said, Riley just all day on the feeds with Catherine, rubbing her, touching her, like he wants her to win the game and he'll do everything in his power. Even tell America to vote for her, even though that's not how it works. America doesn't vote for the winner, but okay. But Riley tells Kelly, like, Mickey made an enemy out of me, and she knows it. Kelly tried to calm him down and assure him that Mickey is looking to get Keanu out. This is before the power veto. But Riley wants vengeance. He's like, vengeance will be mine. He's mad that she lied. She lied to my fucking face and told Adrian about her power and not me, even though according to Riley, Mickey had told Riley and Adrian that they were two of the realest MFers, mother flippers, as Adrian would say, in the house. Okay. What? It's Big Brother, bro. Calm down. Catherine had her conversation with Mickey. A lot of these house guests are throwing around bullying. Bullying is being thrown around too willy-nilly, and I don't like it, you guys. You are grown-ups in the game, and things aren't going your way. That does not mean you're bullied. Someone's putting you on the block or calling you out on something does not mean you're bullied. But a lot of these house guests want to be like, they're bullying. Catherine was talking about feeling isolated. Girl, you isolated yourself, okay?
This is bullshit.
And we watched it happen. And that's okay. But no one iced you out. Had you went to any of the women to work with them or anyone, I mean, Lauren loves you and wants to work with you, but you just really weren't doing anything. Okay. And then you got, you know, in cuddle conversations with old French fried taters over there, and it's been a wrap ever since. And then you got kind of crabby, which okay, but like let's not pretend everyone's. Kelly tried to pull that shit too. I felt isolated. I'm sorry, what? Kelly. Kelly, you just want to cause problems and you are a self-proclaimed pick me, okay?
God, what is your childhood trauma?
Apparently people didn't like Ashley's funny. She didn't know Vince had a girlfriend. She was like, I think something's going on between Vince and Morgan. And Vince has admitted that he's flirting with Morgan for game.
It's inappropriate.
But don't worry, he told his girlfriend and she was okay with it. I'm sure she's fine with it. She's like, this dude ain't even got a job. Living in his parents' basement, and every time I come over, he makes me watch him juggle. So yeah, you can have him.
It's inappropriate.
You can go ahead. He wears beanies in August. Okay, in LA. It's stinky. He spends more time with his flat iron than me. You can have him.
It's inappropriate.
You can take him. So I'm sure she was like, go ahead. And I'll be out here and I might have to strategize with some other dudes too. So NBD. But there is some flirtation. But Morgan is obsessed with Zach and I'm so tired of it. Okay. Mickey was telling Keanu when they were having their conversation in the HOH room that Jimmy was sitting next to her during the POV comp and his legs were shaking when Keanu was getting ready to win. And then he was the first to jump up when he won. And she's like, I don't like being played or manipulated. So they really feel like, Jimmy's the reason. All the bad things are because of Jimmy. Oh, Lord. And then Keanu finds out that they tell Keanu about Kelly and how Kelly was telling every HOH she could that they needed to backdoor Keanu. And Keanu's like, God, I thought I could trust Kelly. So Keanu's like, of course. Can't trust a freaking woman. She sucks. This is horrible.
Huh?
Riley telling people he didn't beat me. I beat myself. Okay, so Rachel and Ashley's conversation happened today, and it was like they believe that putting Catherine up as the renom is a bad choice because at this point they're like, oh, we hope Mickey doesn't want to put Catherine up as the renom. They want to work with Catherine and Riley because again, even Rachel's blinded and thinks Riley is loyal. And they need his loyalty. In order to keep his loyalty, they need to keep Catherine. And I'm like, oh, this is a really bad read from Queen Rachel and Ashley. Because Catherine ends up going in the HOH room and talking to Mickey. And when she says, well, who would you put up? Catherine says, Ashley. And then friggin' Riley's like, no, I've been working on that. No, Catherine's like, why, Dad? I just said it. She put me on the spot. She wouldn't let me go unless I said something, and I had to. So I just said Ashley. And like maybe Rachel. So there have been conversations between Riley and Ashley. Riley really has the wool pulled over these people's eyes which is shocking. They watched him cuss Mickey out and act like a big baby, but I think they're just looking at the fact that he lays there with Catherine. And then to them, he's like, she's a beautiful goddess from Goddess Town. I love her. So they're like, they think he's like a romantic and really he's just freaking creepy. So they, are saying that, this is when Rachel says she would like Vinny to go. And Ashley says they're not going to do that because Morgan and Mickey won't go for that. Rachel says, well, they can't go for Jimmy. And Ashley's like, actually, they could. And I think this might be before Ashley even knows that something's cooking up there to turn on Jimmy. And Rachel says, that's not a good idea to go after Jimmy. Jimmy's with us. And Ashley says, Jimmy goes with the power. And Ashley's not wrong. Jimmy changes. And Rachel she's like, she's like, I know, Rachel, you have a thing with him. Rachel's like, I don't have a thing with him. We're just friends. And Ashley said, well, that's strategy. But they both agree they really want to work with Riley. And I'm like, no, I need him to go home. I'm so bored with his ass. I'm so sick of him. And they need to save Catherine to get his loyalty, bring them over to their side. And they're kind of talking back and forth with Jimmy versus Vinny. Ashley says Jimmy has shown to be untrustworthy, and Rachel said Jimmy would never go after Mickey, though. And Ashley says, well, not now, but he will. And they think Riley will forget all of this next week about Mickey taking over his HOH if they just keep Catherine safe. They're like, yeah, Riley will forget all about this. He'll just be like super nice Riley again.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh boy. So, this is when Ashley tells Rachel that she wants to go to the end with Rachel and Will. And she loves Mickey. Ashley's like, I love Mickey, but I've seen some things recently. And she feels like Mickey is the type of player who will take shots. And she's watched her throw Morgan under the bus already. She said she's witnessed it. And Rachel's like, well, yeah, but we've witnessed Morgan throwing Mickey under the bus too. And so they're just having this conversation about how they want the final to be Rachel, Ashley, and Will at the end. And Ashley's like, well, I've never talked shit on you or thrown you under the bus, Rachel. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Ashley has. Pretty sure she has. Ashley has a conversation with Keanu because Keanu's like clearing the air now. He's like, okay, so it's Jimmy's fault and Rachel's fault. Let me go around, clear the air. He has a conversation with Ashley in the bathroom. It's an interesting conversation that could have possibly devolved into a fight. I think Ashley maybe thought it went better than Keanu did because Keanu's like, oh my God, I still want Ashley gone. Because Ashley has this way of, she will just straight up be like, well, why don't you like me? What did I ever do to you? And Keanu's like, it's not personal, it's game. She's like, I'm not making it personal. I'm saying, what in the game did I do to you? And he's like, well, that's you being personal. No, I'm saying game-wise, why would you go after me? Why would my name be in your mouth? Like, how did we get on this page? So Keanu's, now that he has this POVs, having conversations with people, and people are finding that it's going to have to be a backdoor, like Kelly said, a backdoor to get this man out, even though we have the BB Butt Blaster for a while longer. So it's been an interesting night where Keanu now is making some allies, or is he? Will he? Are they? Who's telling the truth? What's really true? Who will be the renom on Monday? Will it possibly be triple threat member Jimmy? That would be some dramatics if they did that to Jimmy, obviously. And like when Morgan was talking about, or Mickey was talking about this to Will, they're like, how many days until the POV ceremony? Okay, wow. That means he's like all over my ass. And I'm going to have to like lie to him for this long and play along. But from the looks of it right now, they might do that. But a lot can change. It's Saturday. They are behind on their sleep. And I do think once Rachel, if she hasn't already while I'm live, gotten into a conversation with them about this, I think things might change a little bit. Stack says, can we just have Mickey put up Morgan at this point? I would actually kind of love that. Because Morgan I feel like she's never going to stray away from this Vinny Zach trio, especially Zach, and I'm just over it. I'm just over it. So, Tasha says, I hope Mickey puts up Jimmy. I mean, there'll be fireworks for sure. It'll be interesting, but long-term game-wise, I don't know if that is going to be the best thing for them. Oh. Seti says, Morgan said we need to pay Zach or Vinny wins. Oh, we need to pay back Zach or Vinny. Oh my God, make me barf.
It's a good time to be medicated.
I kind of feel the same way, Jeffrey. If Mickey puts up Jimmy, she's done. Mickey needs to look out more for herself and her side, because right now, Mickey's maybe going to be joining an already made threesome with a final three deal being Morgan, Vinny, and Zach. And she's going to be the last to join. And we already know that Zach wants to separate Mickey and Morgan. And Zach has such a pull. If I was Mickey, I would go. I'd be like, baby girl, I'm making this decision for you. Since you can't think outside of your, of your cervix, of your uterus, Zach, you're going to go on the block. You're the renom. I got to try to get rid of him. Because ultimately, he's already taking you from me as my ally. He's too much of a smooth operator. If he makes it to the end, we're screwed. He can win. I'm helping Ashley's got a crush on him. Morgan's got a crush on him. Who knows who's next to have a crush on him? Some of the Vinny's got a crush on him. Jimmy might have a crush on him. I mean, we got to get rid of this dude. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Who is Ava's true final two? I like to think it's Rachel. Hold on one second. Davy, don't chew that, baby. Come here. Oh, all the kids are like, my niece and nephew who are with us for the summer, like, for some reason, our cords don't work when we plug our devices in. I'm like, maybe because we leave them on the floor in a home with 3 dogs. One who is a power chewer. Okay. You heard of power tops and power bottoms? Well, he's a power chewer. So good job, Dave. Not his fault. He was like, it's not plugged in. Let's have some fun. But I like to think it's Rachel, but it could be Will. But I like to think Ava's true final two is Rachel in my fantasy word. Yeah, the dogs, they need a treat, Joseph. All right. She did say that in the diagram. Yeah, Ava's a hot commodity. She did make, well, I think now, I don't think Ava would be, well, I mean, taking Lauren to the end with how bad she played her HOH, not the worst thing in the world to sit next to her. Morgan, if Vinny's not in jury, I can't live with myself. Yeah, Mickey needs to put up Vinny or Zach, and they need to go. She needs to listen to Rachel. Now's the time. Okay, we need to get the craft together for the patriarchy. And you got to make it happen. You got to hail to the guardians of the watchtowers.
Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the east. Powers of air and invention.
We invoke thee.
Hear me. We invoke thee.
I had a little craft thing because someone on Twitter said that when Amy was still in the house, I have to remove her. Sorry, Amy. That the 4 of them walking through the yard was very reminiscent of the 90s horror movie classic, The Craft. I don't know if I'd call it a horror movie, but obviously about witchcraft and such. And I made a little video of them, and then I never added my audio to it. But again, I got to take Amy out of it. But I feel like now's the time. They got to sync up their periods and rid Morgan of this penis energy she has with these guys who clearly are playing her ass. Here, I think I found some. I think I found them. Hope that I can share them here. But I got to add some kind of, let's see, where is it? Is it this one? Maybe this one? Maybe. I don't think it's this one. Well, let's see. Let me get rid of Captain Simps a lot, which is Riley. I got all the Riley pictures up there. But let me see if I add this. And then I hit play because I don't have my audio sync to it.
Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the East. Powers of air and invention. Hear me!
Hear me!
Invoke thee!
Invoke thee! Let's get it together, ladies. Come on. You know these dudes are going to choose themselves over you all day.
Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the East. Powers of air and invention. Hear me! We
Hear me.
invoke thee!
She's a lot like you. Just pretend you're hearing the it's dangerous. He's a lot like you. Come on and hold me tight. And if you haven't seen The Craft, do yourself a Nev Campbell favor and go invoke thee and take a look. I just love watching them just walk. She's a lot like you. Just brings my 90s lady heart. Makes me happy. Amy, go watch it. You have to watch The Craft. You have to watch The Craft. It's amazing. You have to watch The Craft. Tasia, I forget her last name, the actress. Well, all the actresses are great in it, but Tasia, what's her last name, you guys? I forget. She's such a good actress, and she was made for this part. Made for it. She's like, you don't even exist to me. She says that to Skeet Ulrich's character as she forces him out the window to his death. It's pretty great. Yes, very Witches of WeHo vibes. She's a lot like you. Okay, now I got to go watch The Craft, you guys, because it is Summerween. If you didn't already know, I've already started to get Halloween things because I'm a crazy person. Yes, Cassie, Spice Girl vibes too. Every boy and every girl, spice up your life. Okay, stop it, Jolene. No, keep going. All right. You guys are all beautiful pumpkin spice babies, but those are the latest live feeds, spoilers, updates with some levity, comedic relief. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Shout out to all my beautiful super chatters today. Bettina, thank you so much. You guys are so generous. Tiffany Wright, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. The CAC16, creative name. Welcome to the new members. Becca, Mike, Steven, one of my awesome mods. Thank you. Angela Clark Little for being a member for 14 months. DMNX9271. Thank you for the amazing question. And Steffi640. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the channel on YouTube or on Patreon, check out the links in the description. We'll be doing some members lives very soon. And you guys lasted till the end. So I have very exciting news for you all is we have a date and a time for our collab with Angela. That's right. BB26 star Angela is going to be coming on and kikiing with your girl, me. Hopefully I'm your girl. I don't know. They always say that on Big Brother. With your girl this Wednesday, at 2 p.m. Pacific. Me and Angela will be talking all things Big Brother, all things this season. We are getting the crazy eyes queen herself. Okay. Angela will be here. We're very excited. I'm very excited. She's very excited. We're all very excited. Okay. I'm sure it's going to be unhinged, just like, we both are, because I cannot wait to get all of Angela's thoughts on this season.
Hi, Julie. Please cast your vote to evict. I'm sorry, Chemo. I don't have the numbers to keep you. My vote is to evict Chemo.
Grandbabies, now I need you to send your special hugs and kisses to me because I believe I can.
Take that and use that as an advantage against my ass. Come on. I am wise beyond, okay?
She's back. She's back.
This is Big Brother.
I am a mother to a fault.
The
do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can't do this. Ow! Shit!
You good?
Damn it!
And I'm not a liar. I'm trying to lie and I can't do it well.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can't do this. Ow! Shit!
You good?
Damn it!
I can't do this. Ow, shit. Damn it.
We're going to have to show Angela some of our clips. It's going to be a good time, you guys. So don't forget, I'll be putting out some promos on my social media and also here on the channel for the appearance of Angela. Having a fun conversation, Kiki interview with Angela, star of last season, on Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, you guys, 2 p.m. Pacific. Set your calendars. Tell your friends. Follow me on Instagram and the TikTok, where I'm also posting things. And I'll be back tomorrow with more Big Brother news and spoilers and such. And until then, remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Head over to Angela's social media, show her some love, comment on her recent post, and tell her how excited you are to see her on the channel. Let's get this party started because it's going to be way better than a low-budget movie.
And those who came to visit me last night, your performances were great for a low-budget movie.
Chuck, I miss you so bad. Thank you.